What's going on, guys? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications with these live chats. You can take part right along with us. Sorry for the few minutes late delay. I was dealing with something, and might want to throw some lighting on while we're at it, huh? Get everything's nice and situated. So we've got a couple interesting options for this particular stream. We have Niall's newest fragrance, Manhattan Midnight Elixir. He reached out to me, said, "Hey, I want to send you the first bottle." I said, "Well, goody for me. Thank you. I appreciate that." So this is, as far as I know, the first bottle to go out. So shout outs to Niles. He's a friend. He makes great products. It was sent to me. If it's shit, I'm gonna tell you it's shit. If it's good, I'm gonna tell you it's good. It's just how I roll. Twisted Lily reached out and was like, "Hey, you want to check out anything from the fall collection? Been a little while. Looked through what they had, and I saw Baraonda. I said, ooh, been wanting to get that. My first Nasamatto fragrance. So only smelled it once. Crazy boozy. Been wanting it. Bucket list fragrance. So we're going to revisit that one. And then my man Sally knows it all. Wouldn't take no for an answer. This is, I guess, the blessing and the curse of people having your P.O. box and having your address and stuff like that. It's like you can't refuse them sending you something once they know where to send it. Because I had sent my man Sally Evening Mystique a while back, and he wanted to send something back as a thank you. And I'm not familiar with the brand. Fzotic, I'm guessing is how you say it. This is, according to him, his favorite earthy iris fragrance of all time. He's convinced I'm going to love it. Faux Secret, 30 ml. So again, I'm not familiar with the brand. I've got the notes on the back. It's got eucalyptus, turmeric, pink pepper, orris butter, Himalayan sea, birch tar, hemlock spruce. This has, I'm just now reading the back for the first time. This has potential. So shout out to my man Sally for not taking no for an answer and saying, screw it, I'm just going to send it. So that was nice of him. Again, just because Sally bought it and sent it my way. If it's shit, it's shit. Same thing goes with all three of them. I doubt any of them are going to be shit. Niles has a track record of overwhelmingly good stuff. Austin was really good, but not my favorite. Barcelona was probably my least favorite just because it's a weird one. The wearability is really low. I appreciate the artistry, but it's not super wearable for me. But Puerto Rico, one of my favorite releases of the year. So big shoes to fill. I don't know if it's going to top Puerto Rico, but Rocking Creed Original Vetiver finally got it in the rotation. Super, super nice to wear this one. Nice and easy, smooth, clean, soapy, woodsy, citric. I got 5 sprays around the neck. Such a beautiful fragrance. My God, is this a beautiful fragrance? What else? I think that's about it. I think we can get caught up in the chat. Make sure you hit that like on the way in if you don't mind. We got 100 people in the first 3 minutes. I appreciate you guys. Those likes sure do help. We are going to be way backed up in this chat, so I'm going to have to skip it pretty soon. I would say I'm going to have to start skipping comments to get to the bottom so we can get started. So my apologies ahead of time. John, good to see you, sir. Grandeur Soak Sun Exclusive. I have not tried. Manny, good to see you, sir. Pretty good. Very busy. Very, very busy weekend. I got to say, Armani Coupe Parfum, beautiful fragrance. Austin, good to see you, sir. Seraphine Blue and Aventus Cologne layered. Oddball layering combo, but it kind of worked. I can't imagine too many layering combos making for a bad aroma. I'm sure it happens, but I would think more than likely that kind of stuff's minimal. Kevin, good to see you. Wearing Seraphine Red. Scent of the Evenings, Roberto Cavalli Uomo Parfum. They snuck a 2023 release by us. New bottle style, pretty good. Never even knew that existed. I'm going to have to check that out because Roberto Cavalli Uomo is gorgeous honey violet. I haven't worn that in a long time, man. They got a parfum. I'm going to have to check it out. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Great choice. So I've been wanting to try Umaguma and Vetiverissimo from him. Okay, so I haven't tried anything from him. So we're about to find out about this one together. Eduardo, good to see you. Essential Parfums Fig Fusion. Smells nice, but not compelled to get a full bottle. New Bois Imperial Extrait seems interesting, though. I wonder if it's going to smell similar to like the more wearable Ganymede Extrait. Because Bois Imperial is like a more versatile wearable Ganymede. So that's immediately what I thought when I saw the announcement. Kara, good to see you. Profondo Parfum. What a great choice. One of my favorite designers released this year. Such a good one. 1 Million Lucky, speaking of honey fragrances. Well, hell yeah, go ahead with your bad self. Look at that. It even has a Seraphine Blue And at first glance, I thought business over pleasure was in your avatar, but I'm glad you're enjoying business over pleasure, my man. Neil, good to see you. Surfing Red. Ross, I think it's you and me on the side of liking blue better. We'll say red lasts more than 12 hours on me, though. Red's really good. I had a feeling more people were going to like red than blue. Blue, I honestly didn't care if anybody else made it. As long as I had, if anybody else liked it, as long as I had it, I'm happy because I love the damn thing. You know, it's my favorite fragrance. I think I hit my legs harder than I should have. New home is in this chair and I can't get up. I did an accessory leg workout today. I did some isolateral leg press. We got an isolateral hammer strength leg press. I was doing individual legs, did isolateral hammer strength leg curls, and then standing calf raises on top of a full back day prior to that. So it was a lot of lifting today. There's so much that goes into most of my workout days that I'm starting to think I need to train twice a day. That just sounds so exhausting. It's already a lot as it is because I'm at the gym for a long time. Certain days are really long. ATH Guapo, light blue living Stromboli. I'm a little jealous, Luis. I don't have that one. That's one of the like 4 that I don't have. Dan, not the man. Good to see you. Mugler Phantasm. So I don't know if they still have it in stock, but Fragrance Buy had it. Yeah, it's amazing. I will add that. I will own that bottle before this year ends. That I promise you. Can't tune in live. 5 o'clock. Oh, Ginger on break. Ooh, Chronic Macerator. My favorite name on here. You picked my favorite ginger fragrance. Soft live stream clap coming your way, sir. Mr. M.A. Styles. Good to see you. Banana Republic. Velvet and Pomegranate. I've never tried that one. Good to see you, sir. Happy Monday. Frustrated with Blind Buy. Nishane Tarot. God, this is strong. I haven't tried Tarot. Not tried that one. Kara, I feel like I should say Coconut Girl when I'm talking to the other Kara just to signify the differences because we got 2 Karas, and this is Kara with a K for those of y'all who didn't know. We got Kara with a C, Kara with a K. Good to see you. Sampling Prada Luna Rosa Ocean EDT. Nice soapy sweet. Very fresh, but that caramel in it gives it a nice sweetness. It's a nice change of pace from the usual vanillas that we get all the time. Instant Diplomatique by Javoy. Never tried it. Hoffman, good to see you, sir. Kajal Ferris. Nice and versatile. So I'm going to start bouncing around a little bit, guys. I'm sorry, low 7 Cobalt. My package came in. We could have done that today. I think tomorrow we'll do part of that. We'll do like 5 of the fragrances from that haul tomorrow in a live stream, and then maybe the other half will be tomorrow morning's video. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just do the Fragrance World ones in the video and do some of the niche stuff live. I don't know. We'll figure something out, but I'm going to do the majority of those fragrances tomorrow. That's one of them. That's what made me think of it. I got a bottle of that. Absolute Aventus. How about them Saint? Man, look, I'm not going to sit here and start talking crazy about Kamara for MVP. Put some respect on David Carr's name. I'm not doing all that wild shit because this is the first 2 games. That's great that we've scored on the first 15 possessions of the season. That's great that we pretty much embarrassed the Cowboys and the Panthers. Like I said last week, I wasn't saying we were that good. I was saying the Panthers were that bad. Well, the Cowboys are better than the Panthers. So, I don't know. We'll see week 10. If we won 7 games rolling into week 10, I'll start talking a little Saints fan shit. But until we get deeper into the season, you ain't going to hear me with this delusional over-the-top fanhood shit. I'm a realist when it comes to stuff like that. Like, yeah, we look good, way better than I thought we would start the season. Well, let's get, more midway in before I start saying, who that motherfucker. I'm not going to do all that wild stuff right now. So, like Cowboys fans wilding because they lost a game. That's why people mess with y'all, Cowboys fans, because y'all are overly dramatic when you're winning or when you're losing. Just enjoy, and it's a long season. It's week 2. Pump the brakes, everybody. Saints fans, Cowboys fans, Eagles fans that are loving that shit, pump the brakes. It's week 2. It's a Monday night game tonight. We're not even through week 2 yet. So, but they look good. My boys look good. Got to say, Alvin Kamara is still him. They've been talking about his balance all of a sudden. It's like, man, did y'all just learn that he's slippery like that? It's been the best thing about having him is he's hard to tackle. That's why he produces. He's so hard to tackle. Smokey Ventus DNA, try TK Wildstride. I think you commented that in one of my videos earlier today, actually. So, one of the best $20 to $25 fragrances I think you can buy, personally. Oh, so I'm not even to where we've started live yet. So Seraphim Red, Jess, good to see you. I'm assuming did the code work for you? Because she messaged me on IG earlier that the link wasn't dropping 10% for her. Did TLTG Red work for you? Let me know. I'll keep an eye out for your comment as I'm skipping on down. So guys, I am going to skip down. I do see you, Josh. What's going on, my man? You smell good. Smooth Operator, you smell good. Jesus Christ, John, you smell good. E, you smell good. Y'all are the best smelling chat on the internet. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Don't let them tell you otherwise. They're lying to you. They're hating on you if they tell you otherwise, guys. Scent Dragon, good to see you. Prada Amber, ooh, the intense. See, everybody's all smelling good and versatile and fresh, and you got to come and go black tie on people and all fancy and flashy and stuff and flex your elegance on top of us. I see what you're doing, sir. I see you. Happy anniversary on your Instagram, by the way. I saw your post earlier. Glad to see you here, my man. Diorum Sport, like, I hate to skip all these. Roy, wearing a Nasamatto Saga, good to see you. So, man, I hate to skip through, guys, but I need to get to the bottom. Giants fan. Of course, you're going to see something about Cowboys. There's a Giants fan for you. You don't have anything. You still don't have anything to get super excited about, Kyler. Montgomery looked good. I got Montgomery on my fantasy team. My man Polos and Jays, Kajal 3. Smelling like some fresh lemonade over there. That's what I'm talking about. Good to see you, Marcus. Kix Griffey's in the house. Everybody, my man got sniped. They took his Instagram page. Y'all get going over to Kix Griffey on YouTube. Get him 50 subscribers so he can start live streaming daily over there. Start building his channel because it was one of those deals where, you know, it's because he's posting fragrance stuff. He just got his shit took. It happened to Justin. Justin ended up getting it back. Happened to EQ more than once. Happened to Kuba. It's happened to a bunch of people. He got. He got. So I shared it on my Instagram stories with NWA Fuck the Police as the music. So go follow him on IG, but subscribe to him here on YouTube, guys. Let me skip on down. Things are going great. October's last. Good to see you. Kajal Icon. That's one of my favorite pickups of the year. That is incredible. Zaharoff Seraphim Red for Tyler. Good to see you, sir. Great choice. So skipping on down. I hate to skip so many. Jason Virtue's in the house. Good to see you, sir. What's up to everyone except for Kyler? Okay, so we got chat beef. We got chat beef served on a plate. Who's got the A1 sauce? Because apparently Jason's got beef. So didn't work either, but went ahead and just bought the blue. That's kind of strange. I wish you'd have held tight because George comes back. He's coming back tomorrow, so Wednesday he'll probably be back in the office. And that's why I gave you his email. He probably could address that for you. It happens sometimes. That was why we made the code as a backup option, because it happened with Seraphim Blue where the 10% wasn't automatically coming off for some people. So this time we did a code to have a plan B so people would have less trouble. And apparently both are giving you trouble. Yeah, just let George know that you spoke to me. Email him. He'll refund you the 10%. George wants people to get their discount. He's good about that kind of stuff. So, because I gave you his email, george@zaharoff.com. Just let him know. Excited to see what you think about Faux Secret. Selly talks good. Yeah, well, he said it's his favorite. So, high praise. Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let him know. Lifelong Chiefs fan. Loved him through the Matt Castle era. Hey, Matt Castle wasn't that bad. There's been worse. Hey, Alex Smith was okay for a while, too. I love them now. Hell yeah, I mean, they look great. They look great, man. I thought the Bengals were going to pull it out. They sure didn't. Yeah, for sure. So we're getting to the bottom. No, it wasn't underwhelming. Check out my full review today. It's super redundant. I talk about it over and over in there. If you have, Oak Moss heavy, Aventus, and Hachivat style stuff, Supremacy Not Only Intense, Club de Nuit, because it's kind of lemony in the top, even though it's grapefruit that's listed. I get kind of the lemony, fruity. They don't list apple, but I get like a similar top, just more of Hachivat and stuff like that. I don't get all the black currant loads of it like I keep getting asked about Supremacy Not Only Intense. Supremacy Not Only Intense is dry down, sure, but even then, that's a smokier oak moss, whereas this is more like cedarwood oak moss combo that gives it a drier, woody green feel. It's not really all that spicy. It is not an absolute Aventus clone. There is no Hawass DNA in there. That's where I was disappointed. It's good though. Like I'm giving you all the the cliff notes that I dislike and was disappointed about, but it's smooth. It's actually surprisingly not crazy chemically synthetic, being a Hawas fragrance, and probably because it smells nothing like Hawas. And the performance is bananas. It's absurd. It's totally unnecessary. And I know some of you are like, oh, that's what I want. Unnecessary performance. Well, here you go. Just know if you got a bunch of like Hachivat style stuff, mainly oak moss heavy Aventus type DNAs, if you have stuff like that, crazy redundant, but it's one of the better ones I've ever smelled. It is really good. It's just so redundant. Like if this one would have came out a couple of years ago, it would be the king of the mountain. It would have been for a long time. This would have got what Clubbed In we got for Aventus. This would get for like Hachivat. It's amazing. It's just at this stage, you probably got some Dumonts. You probably got, which I do like, Barouge Spiritus, just a little bit more because it's a spicier oak moss. This is a drier, woody oak moss. Like I said, there's nuances that are different from fragrance to fragrance, but overall, they're all like 80% the same fragrance. So there's a ton of redundancy. The fragrance is really good, though. It really is. It's really damn good. Crazy performance. Crazy performance. Overwhelming, yeah, for sure. Hey, man. Growing Pains, man. Fucking Growing Pains. Not too long before that, you had Priest Holmes. So I don't want to hear it. And Derek Brooks and guys like that. I don't want to hear it. On and off since I was very young, since I was like 11, which I'm waiting on it to cool down so I can go play. I haven't played yet this year. Fall, going to be popping some paintballs at people. Trying to figure out which couple of guns I want to bring with me first. I got a lot of guns. Paintball markers, I should say. But I'm hoping maybe mid-October because it's just been so hot and humid. That's the thing, the humidity. I don't want to go and suffocate out there. It's just miserable. I only have 9. I don't even have 10 yet. That's the thing. It's not quite enough to do it. That's the thing. I appreciate that, though. Good to see you, sir. Naxos. Fragrance World Liquid Broom, which I have in the box. Nishane Nefs for $285. See, still, I'm not tempted because as much as I think that's a phenomenal fragrance, I'll never wear the damn thing. It's just gonna sit. Keon Gold, good to see you, nerd says. No, can't wait for the 4 ounce to arrive from you, bro. Hell yeah, sir. Hell yeah. You won the giveaway. Ultimate, gonna catch the replay at work. Oh, no worries, my man. No. This isn't sweet in the dry down at all. No, there's no like bunch of vanilla and stuff like. No, this is not sweet. It's on par with Hachivat. It's just Hachivat's a little spicier. Just like Supremacy Not Only Intense is a smokier oak moss. Like you got to relate it to the more oak moss dominant side of things. That's why I say more Hachivat and Supremacy Not Only Intense, stuff like that. Barouge Spiritus from Dumont. Those are all super oak moss dominant. So if you have stuff like that, it's wildly redundant. It is. It very much is. So we are 19 minutes. It's time to get into this. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Push me along, Josh. I needed that. I appreciate that. So let's start with City Rhythm. I haven't looked at the card. I know it's got like Rock Rose or something's added to it. So let's check out Miles' presentation. I think he changed his caps too, based on the bottle I grabbed from his Instagram, so I could put in the thumbnail. He's always upgrading his stuff. Ooh, he did upgrade the cap. Doesn't that look good? And the actual fitting cutout for the bottle's different. Ooh, this is 100 ml. It's my first 100 ml. Normally it seems to be 50 mLs. Yeah, that's the 100 ml. God, it's so much heavier now. Check out that new cap because that's what's different. Check that out. It was heavy too. I like the new cap. I like the previous caps, but this is even nicer. This is an original design. This isn't just some basic ass stock cap. It might still be a stock cap I've just never seen before, and he's got the engraving done, but nice upgrade because I love his bottles. Always have. And you got the metal plate with some embossing and debossing. City Rhythm Manhattan Midnight Parfum X Straight. Yep, it's the 100 milliliter bottle. I love his bottles. I do. I'm a sucker for these bottles. Atomizer's lined up. He does have pressurized atomizer. 2 sprays. Let's see what. Let me breathe through my mouth. I don't want to breathe through my nose yet because this stuff is strong. I want to see what's different because original Manhattan, it's a little fresher, more violet leaf, lavender. There's a dry aromatic tobacco that it's known for. Very versatile. Probably his best signature scent that he's ever released. It's not super tropical. It's not island related. It's not super leathery or super boozy. Like he's got stuff like that, very gourmand stuff. Manhattan's the one if you're looking for the masculine signature scent. Let's see what's different here. That is a jammy rose, but it's not over the top rose. I pick it up, but it's not the main note. I still get a lot of like violet lavender, aromatic, fresh, a little, I don't want to say aquatic. Let's go with ozonic and slightly watery, just a little bit. Like I say watery, that still ties to aquatic. Like it's just like this ozonic freshness that's not quite aquatic, but it's got this fresh, airy tone to it. Not aldehydic. It's not fizzy and effervescent. A little bit of citrus in here, though. You know, it's not as heavy as I thought it would be. With a name like Midnight, I thought for sure this would be a much darker take. It's really not super heavy. If anything, it's more like kind of how I look at intense red tobacco, where it's not more intense than red tobacco. It's like the Privé refined version. I think this is kind of like Manhattan Privé. Just saying, I don't make the rules. It's that man's brand, but that's kind of how I feel about it. It's richer, it's deeper, but it's not overwhelmingly heavy and super thick. Like I still feel like it can do what Manhattan can do. Maybe not in the heat. I probably wouldn't want to wear this outdoors in the summer, but outside of that, there's more depth here. It's got this sensuality added. Like there are newer elements here that I'm getting even in the top. It's not over the top tobacco either. It's really good. It's not wow, like the way that wood fire grilled pineapple and mango hit me with Puerto Rico. It's not that holy shit when I smell it. It's more like ooh when I smell it. That's the emotion. That's the feeling. It's like, ooh, it's nice and smooth. Like I picture, this may sound crazy. I did talk to him this morning via text. Justin wearing this to a gig. I could see Justin rocking this to a gig, one of those evening settings. Any of you that have ever seen any of the content he's posted or ever had the luxury of going to one of his gigs, it's that late night dim lighting setting, smooth. I mean, he's a jazz trumpet player. He doesn't just play jazz, but it's a lot of that vibe. This kind of fits that evening aura, but I still think you can pull this off in the day because it's still Manhattan at its core. Look at these notes. So big story about it. Let's read the story. The city of Manhattan is singularly significant to me, so it's only fitting that my first fragrance creation was an homage to this place where my story includes so many chapters. I migrated to New York from Caribbean island at age 12, encountered life at a whirlwind pace. My youth was spent laboring at jobs all across the city for less than minimum wage, but there was something that always elicited a transformative sense of strength and self-worth in me, smelling good. I remember saving up all my tips to buy my very own bottle of Gucci Pour Homme 2. Enveloped in this scent, I felt important, special, and worthy of my own dreams of success. This is when my understanding of the power of scent truly began. Manhattan plays with the alluring and enigmatic character of New York City by bringing the dichotomy between light and dark to life on the skin. That's a fair set. I like that. It makes sense with this profile. Its bright opening evokes a barrage of lights reflecting off of skyscrapers with bergamot and cinnamon captivating the senses. Continuing to develop, we journey to the hidden depths of the city as heart notes of incense unveiled are unrivaled to transition into rich shades of tobacco leaf, vanilla, and cedarwood. Manhattan, like its namesake, lends energies to any season or event. Fresh enough for summer evenings specifically. Yes, I'm glad he said that, because daytime, maybe not so much. Profound enough to cut through the winter chill. At its core, the fragrance represents hope, possibility, and the power of self-belief. You will find yourself reaching for the bottle year-round. It's definitely still a signature scent. So we got cassia and bergamot with violet leaf at the top. Still very present. The heart, it definitely shines here. You get this deep rock rose smell, frankincense, myrrh, pimento pepper, tea, Then the base is tobacco leaf, vanilla, vetiver. So a lot of the same notes of Manhattan. I think the rock rose is the biggest standout here. That's really the difference. Majority of this, I think, if not all of it, is in the original. The tea does offer a little bit of an herbal feel, but I wouldn't call it over the top green, but there is that element here. The main things I'm getting: violet leaf, that little bit of citrus, the rock rose, and incense at the moment, with just a hint of the tobacco. Just a little bit. We're early stages. It's high concentration. I'm sure it's still a 50% oil concentration. I mean, it's shining. It's definitely shining on that rose is shiny. A little bit more spice is coming out. That cinnamon's starting to hit a bit more. It's much spicier than Manhattan, but it's still Manhattan. That's the thing. If you're familiar with Manhattan, the core DNA is here. It's definitely a true flanker to it. It pays homage to the original while improving upon it or adding to it in many ways. I think it releases on the 20th, which is in 4 days. Again, not, oh my God, when I smell it, more, ooh, got that soothing nature to it. I think it's an easy 8.5 out of 10. The wow factor is what punches it to a 9. It doesn't have the same level of impact on me the first time I smelled Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico really took me back because it was just so different from everything else I've smelled in the genre, in that tropical summertime kind of vacation vibe. So different, so different. And I saw a lot of polarizing. It was polarizing for a lot of people. Some people couldn't stand it, and some people swear by it. That's fragrance for you. But with me, it really like, oh shit, this is different. Whereas this ties directly to the original and adds more. Again, I think it's more like a Manhattan Privé than just being called Midnight. Like he calls it, I think it's listed on the Instagram page as Midnight Elixir. I would probably personally say Privé over Elixir because it just smells like more of a private line take on the original. I think it is superior to the original, unless you live in a really hot climate. If it's super hot all the time, the original is probably still the way to go. But if you have a milder spring and fall, let's say you have some real winter weather here and there, even if it's spotty, you actually get some pretty cold weather, cooler evenings, a couple months out the year, this might be the way to go, because outside of a super hot summer's day, this is probably going to work in every situation that Manhattan does aside from that. And in certain situations, it's going to be better, especially evenings. This will be better than Manhattan for evening settings. It's got more depth to it. It's richer. It's a darker take. Doesn't lose the freshness, but it does have darker elements to it. Let's see. How many of you have gotten samples? Because I know there's samples that have gone out so far. I'm curious on what anybody that's tried it might have to say. Do you agree with my assessment? Do you get something similar? Yeah, it's a similar blue. It might be a little bit darker, but pretty similar. Diet caramel to me, absurdly strong, not one I can pull off. Okay. No, this isn't fresher than the original. It still has a lot of the freshness from the original, but it's not fresh overall. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Browns is the Browns. Good to see you, sir. Sweets for date night. Wife is a Freshie fan. Guess it working nicely with one spray max. Good to see you, Ryan. Wearing Ralph's Club Elixir. He got that for a hell of a deal today. $65, I think, at Rack Store, huh? Man, got Ralph's Club Elixir for $65. It only comes in a 75 ml. That is a good one. That is a good one. Because it's not out yet. It comes out in 4 days on the 20th. So I have to try. You've never tried anything from City Rhythm? Oh, shit. You're missing out. I might have to send you some decants, Sally. Might have to change your life, sir. Good to see you, Kathy. Athena by Mason Alhambra. I don't recall even looking into that one, honestly. The Bishop, good to see you, sir. Just did. Literally just did. I'm sure you heard me because I was literally just stopped talking about it. Fragrance story, only one. 12 plus hours. Noted. Good to see you, Christian. $5 super chat. I sure appreciate that. I am having a great day. Sin of the day, Sharon's Veil. That's the next one, right? I know that you showed the next two on Dedrick's channel the other day. Did I say that right? Is it Sharon or Sharon? I think it's Sharon, huh? You'll correct me, I'm sure. That's what I'm looking for because I'm not certain how to pronounce it, but the plates looked incredible. My God, did they look incredible. For those of you that didn't see his live stream with Dedrick, you should. You definitely should go back and watch it. Replay value is very high on that. Christian gives out a lot of information. Christian's a talker. He definitely likes to talk. He even mentioned that. He's like, Ross and Justin will tell you I like to talk. Yes, he does. I think that's why we get along. I'm talkative myself. So I appreciate the super chat, sir. Hope you were doing well also. That's a great option. That's definitely a great option. That's what I'm saying. The plates, he always delivers. If you're looking for visual aesthetic, Christian's bottles are second to none. Good to see you, sir. I have nothing from Dolce & Gabbana for some reason. Maybe nothing's ever intrigued you. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's rich. It's warm. It's ambery, sandalwood. It's a little powdery in the dry down. A little too heavy for the summer. I'm telling you, once my fall rotation really starts hitting, that's when I'm going to really get to spend more time with it. Good to see you, sir. Paraluna Rosa O Sport. Beautiful. Speaking of citron and lavender, soapy and citrus dominant. And tropical infections, they smell good, but don't last on my skin. You sure you're just not getting some nose fatigue? Because they are 50% oil concentration. Your nose is probably wearing out because your sillage is definitely, you're going to have a strong sillage. All of his fragrances have phenomenal longevity. If you can't perceive it, it's olfactive fatigue. Your receptors are fatigued because his stuff lasts and lasts and lasts. Good to see you, sir. I've only smelled it once on a test strip, and it was like 2019 in New York. Long time. I remember being super boozy on the test strip. That's all I remember about it. I don't remember any other nuance. Never smelled it on skin, so this is going to be a first time. Finally found it at the rack store, and shocker, it does suck in longevity, but I don't give a fuck. I've sprayed it 15 times. It smells incredible. I get like 3 or 4 hours out of it. It smells incredible, though. Esteban, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Bad Boy Extreme CH website and got a cobalt sample from them. Should have listened to your recommendation on the cobalt review. Cobalt was beautiful. That's my favorite. It's the most chemically synthetic one in the line, and it's my favorite one. My second favorite, Cobalt Elixir, the darker, sweeter one of the two. Heavy user of frequent flyer, City Rhythm, got to get a backup bottle. Ooh, definitely I'm a cool water guy. Always have been. I love me some cool water. And Fahrenheit. I'd say Fahrenheit and Ralph Lauren Polo. Those are probably like the three that I would say are just like super iconic to me from those times. The 90s, I would say definitely Aqua de Jo and Tommy Hilfiger. Cologne would be the ones more so over something like Issey Miyake, Lodisi, and CK1, which I appreciate, I respect, I enjoy. But the two for me, the big two, were original Armani Aqua de Jo and Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy Cologne. That's my jam. That's that in particular. But I got to pick one for the 90s. It's Tommy. Soon I will in my Yoda voice. Yeah, there you go. Caron. Okay, see, I didn't know that. Pretty sure it's based on the dude that helps people cross the river Styx. He's always telling his stories, that's for sure. Aqua de Jo EDP, a classic. Well, happy birthday, my man. Everybody let Essex Woods know happy freaking birthday. Thanks for spending a little time with us. Close to autumn, Texas afternoon. Stay well. Montagne Vanille Fresh. Never tried that one. Another one wearing Jasada Ambassador. And then Le Male Le Parfum to dinner. Hell yeah. One of the only opinions I trust on YouTube. I sure appreciate that, Joey. Thank you very much, my man. I sure appreciate that. I hope you have a great evening. I did. They Fragrance Buy's got them in stock. They got a leather one. They got a couple of them. I may get them at some point. I'm not like in some kind of rush to get them right now. Cobalt is the most pronounced plum I've seen so far, but if there are better plums, Maison Daba's Silent Night. That's a much more realistic plum. It's a niche fragrance. It's not going to be $70 like Cobalt. It's going to be in the mid 100s, but man, what a treat. A real good cedar wood, like a Virginia cedar wood note. A little bit of white floral, some cinnamon spice, and a rich plum. Not that synthetic artificial plum. like biting into a plum, that type of smell. It's beautiful. I always get compliments about too much, but I'm wearing stuff for myself mostly, and it is what it is. Never bought anything from City Rhythm, but the owner comes across as really humble and good dude on social. Yeah, Niles is a good dude. Niles is a very good dude. 100 mil. Hey, if you like Intenso, that's a good price. If you up there, ooh, yeah, hey, boss number 6. There's a hard argument against that. We were just talking about it for sure. I think you should sample it just to make sure you like it. It's easy to get samples online, just like it's easy to find bottles for like 65, 70 bucks of the 120 ml. So I would strongly suggest getting a sample and making sure, because it can be a little polarizing. There's some people that'll tell you it's shit and overhyped, and then there's people that swear by it, such as myself. I think it's amazing. If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and roll the dice, but I would encourage getting a sample just to be sure. Yeah, that's probably what it is, because everybody's sense of smell is different. The way you're going to perceive it's going to be different the way I'm going to perceive it, because our receptors are going to be desensitized to different aromas and different chemicals. So, because look, I get nose fatigue from a lot of these fragrances too. We all go through it. Different fragrances affect us more than others. Different fragrance oils affect us more than others. It happens. It really does. Everybody letting them know happy birthday. We're going to dive into Baraonda next. Yeah, I'm going to have to send you a package, man. I'm going to hook you up, man. I'm going to hit you with like some of my favorites. I'll do like a top 7 or some shit, because I've got all his release. I've got everything he's ever put out. Oh, what was the one? Because Royal Bourbon from Plume Impressions is that, but which other one was it? Which other one was it? What was it? Why am I drawing a blank? It wasn't Frank Beauclair. That's more like Tobacco Vanille. Shit, which fragrance was it? Because I was so impressed by that, because I talked about cutting open a swish and roll a blunt and everything. I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember the damn fragrance, because it wasn't Royal Bourbon. Shit, I'd have to go look. I don't remember. Damn it. I'm sorry. It happens, man. Because I picked, because my top 2 really are Aqua de Jo and Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. They were in my most recent 11 most important fragrances of all time, the 11 most important in my journey. Boss Bottle number 6 is not on there, but those 2 are, because they're monumental in my timeline. I never got around to it, and I've been fussed by a bunch of people for that, for sure. I have not. I haven't tried that one. I've heard of it. I haven't tried it. Yeah, the extrait. That's why I was saying I have a feeling it's going to be in the vein of Ganymede extrait, because the first one was kind of in the same perfumer. I have not. Strapwise is 100% worth it. I mean, I love it. I swear by it. But again, I could see where, it's just like everything else. Some people won't like it. It is what it is. Ricky Rick, what's going on, big dog? 20th in 4 days. In 4 days, it's dropping. If you like Manhattan, you will like this. There is redundancy, though. There is redundancy, but this is deeper. Again, I don't know if you heard what I said about, who this is more for. If you're because I don't know exactly where you live, Rick. I should. Shame on me. I've signed packages and shit for you before. I'm stupid. I don't remember people's addresses like that. Like Zed Creator stuff, we sent you packages when you bought the collection, which I appreciate. What I was saying, though, Manhattan, if you're in a more humid climate, Manhattan's the way to go. It does better in the heat. Whereas if you take summer daytime out from this one, this does everything Manhattan can do, but does evenings even better because it's deeper. It is deeper. I think it is superior. Again, I would call it Manhattan Midnight Privé or Manhattan Privé, something along the lines of Privé, because it comes across like a refined private line take. It doesn't lose all of the freshness, but it is a much deeper, slightly heavier fragrance, but much deeper. This is better. This is a superior fragrance. I think if you're going to get one, unless you're in high humidity, this is the one. Just ordered some City Rhythm New Orleans. I thought he sold out because he discontinued it, which is my favorite. Booze Bomb. Bourbon Bomb. You hear me? My favorite boozy fragrance. Miami and Miami Tropical Confessions. That's a good lineup right there. Let them know. Let them know. Let me click refresh. I haven't even seen what the update is. We got 143 currently with 92 likes. Can we at least get 8 more? 8 more of you? If you don't mind, please and thank you. Post number 6 reminds me of my father. Will always have it in the memory. Oh, so you have the original and the, see, I don't have 3 batches. So you clearly like it. You're going to need this one then, Rick. Yeah, if you've got 3 different batches, you're definitely going to want it. Yeah. Based on this comment, you're a fan. 100% buy for you then. Abso-freaking-lutely. So, because I have the original batch, the old bottles, and then I have the last formulation, which I think was much better. He freshened it up quite a bit. I think the last formulation was really good. This is the best of the bunch, but for me, where I'm at in the summer, I won't touch it unless I'm going out to dinner. That's indoors, you know, different story when in climate control. Okay, so Justin actually mentioned 3 fragrances. He did a shorts video today of 3 fragrances that really good fragrances he wore in the last week. And anytime I hear somebody mention it, it rekindles my love for the fragrance because it never gets talked about. Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum. Heavy piney green elemi, rich citron, and it's a soapy vetiver, but it's very thick. It's very thick. It still smells of the fougere-ish nature, meets barbershop aromatic, but very resinous piney, like almost coniferous, a little coniferous because the way the elemi resin is. It's the way he described it today. He said old world, but timeless. I agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. That's one I would strongly encourage checking out. That's some of Dior's best work, in my opinion. I really believe it to be. And it's not for everyone. It is not. You got to like that old school powerhouse style. And then something like Scandal Parfum Cologne from Raja Dove, I think is absolutely stunning. That's one of the best aromatic fougères I've ever smelled in my life. It's more on the spicy green side of aromatic fougère profile. Absolutely stunning. Now, these aren't cheap that I'm talking about because that Dior Eau Sauvage is going to run you low 100s from discounters and around $200 for Scandal Parfum Cologne. But man, because I know you got your share of niche, so I know you don't mind buying some niche stuff, which the Dior is not niche, but those are 2 you might really appreciate, Austin. Those are really, really good, man. Won a couple of Versace 8 mls in a giveaway. I picked Eros EDP and Eros Flame. Almost picked Energy. Any thoughts on Energy? I just bought a bottle of it. And, fuck Joma Shop. I hate that I bought it from them. Sons of bitches. Because the only reason I even knew they had the damn thing was I was tagging products in my video on YouTube Studio, the affiliate products through YouTube. And Joma Shop, Fragrance Net, they're all have affiliates. It's easier than doing the links in the description, which I still do my links in the description. And I typed in Eros Energy because not too many people have it. And Joma Shop had it. And I was like, fuck. I hate to buy it from them, but I want a bottle because I'm running through that decant. That decant's almost empty. So I bought the 100 ml from them, pricks. Michelle made a commission because Curly 10 automatically applied to save me 10%. So Michelle made a commission off of me. Shout out to Michelle. So I paid $90 for the 100 ml. And then looks like they're stocking it at Fragrance Buy for like $84 this week. So if I'd have waited a few more days, I could have bought it from my boys, but I already pulled the trigger. So it said ships in 3 to 5 days. So maybe sometime next month, maybe before New Year's, I'll get Eros Energy. Fucking Sloma Shop. Assholes. It pained me to give them money. It really did, but I really wanted the bottle. I like it. I do like it. It's redundant, like this is redundant, but it's different. That's more like lemon heavy Aventus cologne, whereas this is more like Hachibat. This is more super oak moss. So I like Eros Energy. I do. Yeah, they're all good, honestly. The EDT, not the best performer, like 4-hour fragrance, but timeless. You smell that, and there'll be a bunch of other things. You'll be like, oh, that smells like this. Well, that's from 1966. A lot of them copied that. So a lot of stuff smells like Eau Sauvage. That's the thing. The cologne, hard to find, been discontinued for a little while now, but amazing. A lot of fresh greens to that. It's a very fresh fragrance. It's better than the EDT. The Extreme is a flip-flop of the EDT. It's the black bottle. That one's less citrus, more spicy green, and it's a better performer. And then the Parfum, which that's the 2017 form. The 2012 formula was more of a barbershop fragrance. It was a lot of lavender. It was amazing. And it was myrrh instead of elemi, so it was a different resin with a lot of. They're both amazing. I wish I had a bottle of the 2012. I got a decant. I have smelled it. One day I might pay the ridiculous price and get one. You never know. But the 2017, chef's kiss, good stuff. Well, you're familiar with that one then, yeah. Gives me that old man regal. That's what I'm saying. It's very old world. The way Justin said it was great. Old world, but timeless. That's a nice way of saying old man fragrance. Classy old man fragrance. You know. See, that's just like a powder bomb. That's like baby powder to me. My grandmother bought me a gift set like 15, 20 years ago of that. And I was like, I don't like that at all. Good to see you, Danielle. Hawas Ice. Life's been crazy lately. Haven't had a chance be on as much. My cousin's funeral will be Saturday. Fuck cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss, Danielle. Prayers for you and your family. That fucking sucks. Yeah, fuck cancer. It does agree. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jay. I'm thinking if I can get it before Black Friday, I think we're doing good. I think Halloween's not too far of an offshoot, but before Black Friday, let's get it before then. Maybe I won't curse him out on a live stream or something. Yeah, 3 to 5 days. Damn sure ain't no 3 to 5 days. Appreciate you. Oh, I am an asshole. I don't sit here and act like I'm not. I can be your favorite dickhead. I guess I'm supposed to say pause. Jim's overdoes that. Shout out to Jim's. He says pause like every third word. Maybe that's a problem, Jim's. You ever thought about that? If you have to say pause so much, I hope he's fucking here. Anyways, LOL, I know it made you cringe. I didn't want to give them no money, but I sure appreciate that, Joey. Thank you, my man. I just like to have fun. I like to pick. I like to play with people. If I pick on you, I like you. That's just how it works. I'm one of those types. So let me skip on down. We got some more fragrances to go through. We still got 2 more, and we're 48 minutes into this sumbitch. That's not in the works, but I'd be down for it for sure. So that's fresher. It's not as much of a fougere as you would think. That's more of a woody aromatic fragrance with some cypress. A lot of cypress and woods. Very fresh green. Fresh cypress, not an earthy cypress. Not minty either. I don't find it's minty. B612, super versatile. That could be something you wear every day. Very easy to like. That's one of the safer masculine fragrances from Nichane. It's a good one. That's a good building block, like easygoing niche. Then you can get for like 105, 110 for 50 ml, somewhere around $100. Nothing crazy. Good fragrance though. See, Josh did it for me. That's what I'm supposed to say pause here, I guess. So lots of love, Danielle. Lots of love. Seriously. Perfum Addictos, my guy. What's going on? How are you? Gonna try Seraphine Blue first. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Also, it dropped. Okay. Shout outs to my guy, Perfum Addictos. Your fragrance is out. Hell yeah. Congratulations, man. I'm going to have to check it out. So let's go with the booze next, shall we? My first Nasamatto fragrance. I wouldn't mind getting China White. Now, Black Afghano, I have smelled. I'm not interested. I don't want a bottle of that at all. I'm not interested. Not my thing. I can respect the art, but I damn sure am not interested in that. So here we go. This was sent by Twisted Lily. This was hand selected from the list. I got to pick whatever I wanted that was on their fall collection list. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah, come daddy. I've been wanting to get this one for a while. Spoiler alert, I'm going to really like it. What we got here? What's with this? Some little extra cap travel. Oh, it's a different cap for when you travel. Okay, that makes sense because it's a very exaggerated cap that comes with its standard. So that makes sense. So you throw this on to travel, and it makes it a lot easier. Like that. That makes sense. I'm going to have to keep it with it. Even though I'm not going to keep the box, I'm going to have to remember to keep that with it. Atomizer's lined up, by the way. But let's throw that cap back on and admire it because I couldn't tell you how long it's been since I had one of their 30 mLs in hand. That cork looking wood cap. I've always liked that. They're weird. X straight, you don't need a lot of sprays. I bet you I could get away with 2 sprays of this son of a bitch. I bet you. Batch code for anyone that cares, right here on the bottom, 11224. All that good jazz. Let's give it a spray. Another little half spritz. I was like, do I really want to spray more? That's a like barreled whiskey. Shit. Oh God, I smell like I've been drinking. That's authentic right there. That's you done spilled all over yourself at the bar taking shots. That's that smell. Yeah, this is night out when you're not driving. You don't want to get pulled over by a cop smelling like this, because you will be walking that line if you smell like this. It's got that aged wood barrel light spice going on. God, I'm so glad I finally have this. And look, I'm hardly ever going to wear it. 30 ml is the perfect bottle size in this scenario. It's so realistic. This is whiskey on the rocks. This is being at damn near at a distillery because of the wood barrel smell. It's so authentic. God, this is amazing. So situational, though. God, if it was something like, I damn sure didn't pick something to wear all the time. I picked something to wear once a year, maybe twice a year. Realistically for me, I might wear this to Christmas this year. Yeah. That's when I'm going to wear this. I'm wearing this to Christmas this year. Let's pull up these notes. God, that's good. And I am not a drinker, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Well, over 21 in this instance. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Still spelling it wrong. I was putting an A instead of an O. Shame on me. 8.5 out of 10 with 1,268 ratings. Yeah. That's where I'm at, too. I'm at an 8.5. It's so situational. The wearability is super, super, super low on this one. Spicy, woody, sweet, smoky, fruity. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say fruity, though. Oh, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It has a little bit of apple going on here. I don't even know if that's the notes. Shit. I hate to do this, but I kind of have to because they don't have the notes. Woody whiskey, rose, all the good stuff, yada, yada. Highly rated on here, too, over 4,000 votes. I mainly want to see this. And Broxton, really? I did not know that. It's got a little bit of an apple smell, whiskey, wood, and definitely spicy. It's got, again, spiced wood barrel kind of thing going on here is the main, besides the whiskey, is the main thing that I'm getting. Not for everyone. Absolutely not for everyone. Boy, this is some good stuff. I'm right along with everybody on whatchamacallit, on Parfumo. 8.5 out of 10 is where I go with it as well. So boozy, so situational. Not a safe blind buy unless you just absolutely love whiskey fragrances. Then yeah, this is going to be right down your alley. 8.5 out of 10, I think, is an absolutely great rating for that. Let's close that garbage off. We're not going to be using that again unless we have to. What do you guys think? Have you tried Baraonda? This is just a revisit. I've never put it on scan. I smelled it on a test strip. I hope you enjoy it. Well, I sure appreciate it. You know me. It might be maybe good. It might be maybe shit. And if it falls in between, I'm going to tell everybody why I think it falls in between. And I know you respect that. So, yes, I'm definitely down to check it out, my guy. I'm not going to slander it. It just ain't for me. I respect the art. It just ain't for me. I've heard good things about Pardon. China White, I'd like to check out, too. Let me see. Where's it at? Silver musk. Let's pull up China White. I don't even remember the notes for it. Where's it at? There it is. China White. Floral, woody, smoky, powdery green. Why do they not have the notes? I'm not going back to that shithole. Not doing it. Oh, it's okay. It might be a different listing. I still don't have the notes. That's weird. Why don't they have the notes? Yeah, I'm not going back to that shithole. I'm not doing it. So I guess we're done looking at Nasamatto fragrances then. But I'd definitely be interested in trying. I've been meaning to try more from the house. Let's look at this as the gateway fragrance into doing so. Mercedes-Benz Cologne's good stuff. We're only 2 in. If you want to hear about Manhattan Midnight, that was where we started. I would scroll back like 20 minutes or so. Good to see you, sir. Afnan, not only intense, this shit's really good. So since you have that, excuse me, my whiskey's getting to me. It's strong. You might not want this. Now, not only intense is loaded with blackcurrant and it's smokier and spicier, but this is still an oak moss bomb. This is way fruitier. This is a lot of yellow citrus and pineapple, and it dries into a lot of cedarwood and oak moss. But it's a dry, woody type of smell, green, but not spicy and smoky like something like that. So it is redundant to that. It's not identical to that. I want to make sure to let you know. So you may want to avoid this, or if you like that so much, you'd like some of those notes muted, or maybe pull a couple things. I wish this didn't have this. This might be the answer. It is really damn good. It's just that's one of the fragrances it's redundant to. Okay, guys, since good to see you, sir. Love triumphs over war. Excellent, excellent stuff. Also, everybody's been putting them one after another. You just got to kind of read through the chat, my guy. And sipping on iced coffee. Mancera Wild Candy. Hell yeah. It's super sweet. Yes, it's syrupy. Just don't drive on Christmas. Yeah, just in case. I'll be out of state. I'll be in Louisiana for that. Scared to try legitimately anything this guy has made. Orto Parisi has me gun shy. Teach their own. Don't think it's for me. Don't want to smell like a sophisticated wino. Oh, you smell like an alcoholic with this on. I'm not even going to say nothing when I walk out this room and just see if my wife says, "You been drinking?" I wonder if that'll happen. I don't know if it'll happen, but I wonder. Because it sure smells like I'm drinking. No worries, Dakota. Good to see you. Fiance, take it easy. You as well, sir. It says 2 people saying I need to try Pardon. Needs about 5 to calm. Just rocks. Noted. Yeah, Low Dissy, it's iconic. Like I said, I got tons of respect for it. I have a modern formulation bottle of it. I got loads of respect for it. I love tons of its flankers. Just for me, as I was, because I'm a 90s kid, 80s baby, 90s kid. So it was Aqua de Joe and Tommy for me, with the icons of the time. So time for the gift from Selly. Selly Knows It All. Make sure to subscribe to Selly Knows It All. Let me pull that comment down. So Zodic, I'm assuming is how you say that. I would assume the F is silent. Or is it Photic? Is it Photic or Zodic? One of the two is silent, I'm confident. Faux Secret. Again, just to read the back, the notes are eucalyptus, hemlock, spruce. So a lot of green and mint. Turmeric, pink pepper, orris butter, vanilla, Himalayan cedar, birch tar, and amber. Sally said this is his favorite earthy vetiver ever. So high praise. Check this out. Got the flame in the backdrop. All right. Eau de Parfum, 30 ml. All right. Atomizers lined up. That's always a good little touch. Do 2 spray. Man, my nose is going to be shot after this. All 3 of these are so strong. And I think we went stronger and stronger each time, because I think this might be the strongest one. That opening popped me right in the nose. Man, that's a lot of iris. Damn. That's natural iris too. Oh, it's so earthy. And now I see what you were talking about, Sally. It's smoky and earthy. A little creamy. Not a powder bomb, but powdery. Like when you compare it to the designer stuff, those are way more powdery than the natural ones. They're so earthy. That is so earthy. That is like root of the flower yanked out of the dirt, kind of earthy. That is a pure delight to smell. All right, Sally, you did it again. What a great option. Man sold me on Amberful very easily. And all he had to say was my favorite earthy iris of all time with this. He had my intrigue. It's a little musky. There's a hint of spice. I don't really get all that green, though, because the notes were eucalyptus and spruce. I don't get all that. The spice I'm getting has got to be the pink pepper, but it'd be a little turmeric too, but pink pepper for sure. Well, that was like super earthy. What the hell's making it so earthy? Is it the spruce? Because Himalayan cedar ain't gonna make it earthy like that. The orris butter natural iris is gonna be on the earthy side, but even that, this is earthier than typical orris butter would be. So maybe it's that hemlock spruce. Yo, this is amazing. This is amazing. 9 out of 10. I can tell you right now, amazing. 9 out of 10. I bet this shit's pricey though. Let's pull up the website. I have no idea what the man paid for it. Apparently, you can get 15% off your first order. Let's shop. Let's go take a look. Fragrances are not that crazy expensive. From $54. Warm, cool beauty of orris root, hemlock spruce, yada, yada, yada. So the 30 ml was $135. So they are pricey. Never mind. I take back what I said. That must have been, I was about to say, must have been a travel atomizer. It was $54. Yeah. This is high level niche though, guys. This is natural orris butter. This is a natural rooted iris flower smell. Yeah. Very believable. I can see why it's expensive. Because natural iris is super expensive. The oil itself. Boy, this is classy. This is not for how I'm dressed. I am underdressed for this fragrance. I'd be better off with Manhattan Midnight and Baraonda before I'd be with Faux Secret, however you say it. This is some classy stuff. This is upscale. This is going out to not just to dinner. This is an event fragrance. This is getting all jazzed up to the nines. Let's see what Bruno's inspiration was. Botanicals. It always felt like a riddle waiting to be solved in a perfume. When I was going through a time of personal transition, I finally found my answer. I wanted to create something private and sustaining, like an eternal flame. That's when Faux Secret was born, named after the alchemist's secret fire that transforms the soul, hence the flames on it. Its life cycle, rhizome hidden underground, ends up plant each year. It blooms, dies, and is reborn. Much like we reinvent ourselves through life changes. For the sky. Let's see what he says for occasions. Dusk when the stars first appear. Peaceful walks in solitude. Cuddles by a fire. I like that. I like this guy. I know nothing about Bruno, but I'm liking how he brings his stuff to the market. I like how he sets everything up, his stories he's telling. And clearly the man likes fine fragrances. This is some classy stuff right here. This is an easy 9 out of 10. I'm sticking my guns on that. This is an outstanding fragrance. This is not for everyone. This is iris lovers. This is for iris lovers. And I don't mean those of you that are like, well, I love Le Male Parfum and Armani Code Parfum. Dior Homme Intense is a masterpiece. Not those. Yeah, I like all those too. But the earthy stuff, not the waxy stuff. The fantasy iris note, as I like to call it, the designer stuff that is a synthetic iris that is not expensive like this. This stuff is very earthy, but not dirty. When I say earthy, there is elegance, there's class, it's upscale. It makes a powerful statement while not being an overwhelming, obnoxious fragrance profile. It's not loads of sweet, even though there's stuff like vanilla in here. It's not overwhelming spice. And when I say it's very earthy, it's well done. It's balanced. Oops, wrong fragrance. There we go. Man, yeah, 9 out of 10. Sally, thank you. Again, just like with Baraonda, very rare opportunities that I'm going to wear these. They're just, I mean, certain occasions just for fun. This is a just for fun fragrance because who wants to smell like they've been taking shots all night? Some of you might say, yeah, not really me, but I do love it's just a fun here and there kind of thing. But this is impressive. But the problem is I don't have enough occasions to do this the justice that it deserves because this is very well composed. This is a beautiful fragrance. This is a work. This is an art piece right here. Yeah, this deserves respect. This kind of fragrance deserves you to put some respect on it. And I'll only wear it in the appropriate situations, which is going to be seldom. But I am thankful and grateful to have it, Sally. I do appreciate the kind gesture. It is phenomenal. It's easily top 5 iris. Because you start pulling all these designer irises down, and you can put all these natural irises up in my top 5 easily. ATH Ohm. Of course, Business Over Pleasure and Evening Mystique are going to take one spot because they're both natural Florentine iris. I don't care what anybody says. Those things are freaking amazing. Yeah, they came from here. Doesn't mean they're not amazing. Call it bias because they're mine. Doesn't matter. They're still amazing. And there's countless people that would agree with me. Just if you've ever experienced the natural earthy iris, you'll understand. You will. Something like Meander doesn't get enough love from Amouage. That has a slightly earthy iris with some smoke and stuff like that. Like this has birch tar. It kind of reminds me of it a little bit, honestly. Not the exact same, but in the vein of it. I think this is better than Amouage Meander. Fzotic. Okay. I didn't know how to say it. Nobody's ever said it to me on how to do it. Joey, welcome to the membership, sir. Let me see. Elite family members, I sure appreciate you. I'm sure somebody's going to hit you with the custom emojis and all that good stuff. Polo Sport, that's timeless 90s right there. Indeed, sir. Fzotic, is that how you say it? Oh, no doubt about it. That's classy stuff, man. Very upscale. Yeah, I don't get a lot of green. Very earthy. And it's got to be the spruce because if you look at that profile, what else could it be? The Orris butter is not going to be that earthy. Sure, it'll come across earthy. It's a natural accord to the profile of the note itself, that specific oil, but not to that degree. So I think the spruce is what's giving it that earthy tone. It's got to be. Ooh, corals, geez. Birch and cedar definitely give it that smokiness, and it's not super woodsy. I'm sure as it dries, a little bit of a woody nuance. I'm sure it'll get more woodsy as it dries. Yeah, I bet. You stand out with something like this, Sally. No two ways about it. Good to see you, sir. Day 3 Del Mar. My favorite from the house. Hell yeah. So you're the second person to mention Vetiverissimo. So I'm going to have to look into that one. Mo, good to see you, sir. I think about like orris root and pencil shaving. That's fair. That's fair. Makes sense. It sounds like it comes off a little bit woodier on you than it is on me currently. Again, it might get more woody as it dries. We're just 10 minutes in. It's nothing for the lifespan of this fragrance. It's the top note still. It is getting woodier, though. I'm seeing where you're coming from with this. They use the quality. That's not synthetic iris. I don't think it is. You hard pressed to make me believe it is synthetic iris. The first time I smelled it, I was shocked because it's a Ralph Lauren fragrance. I was shocked. It smells of quality iris. That's classy stuff too. That's an elegant fragrance. That's amazing. That's almost perfection when it comes to like a clean iris smell. Super versatile. Swiss Army knife fragrance. I mean, there's always that chance you won't like it, but it's perfect stuff for a signature scent. Really? It's good stuff. It's good. You can't go wrong with homage. You really can't. Good to see you, sir. It's a Harf signature rosé. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Rock your Ventus. Man, I wore it last week. Wear it. Enjoy your shit, man. Don, I appreciate the super chat. Oh, yeah, for years. It's been ready for years. It's never been modified. The original creation was the one that Claude sent to George. Yeah. I'm super familiar. I've teased about it a ton of times. And when the time comes, we're going to talk about it. I appreciate that, Joey. Thank you. Angry Tomatoes in the house. Triumph of Bacchus. You damn right. You can't go wrong. That is my favorite tobacco. We're doing well, sir. We're doing well. I hope you're doing well also. So what I'll give you about that one, that is the most expensive fragrance George has ever paid for. Evening Mystique was before that. It's created with this particular method that's a newer technology that Mon uses, that this was the first fragrance they ever created with it. Claude was the one that got to create with it. It's not of the signature DNA, and it manages to fill every room and last forever until you decide it needs to come off of your skin, but it wears light and airy. So it's got the sillage and projection of something really freaking strong and heavy, and longevity, really strong and heavy, but it wears as a light, airy fragrance. It's something about this particular way they create the fragrance that's a newer technology that just came about like 2 or 3 years ago. This was the first fragrance created. That's how long George has had the fragrance. It's a timing thing to release it. It's very, very expensive. He's created original packaging for this. It's numbered. It's going to be a very expensive fragrance. And that's about the extent of what I can share. I'm not going to say the name of the fragrance, but it is a Privé line. Basilios is the name of the line, but the specific name of the fragrance I can't share. Not yet, anyways. But wait till you see the presentation to this. It's all handmade stuff. It's not the signature pour homme stuff. It's not the boxes, the same boxes and all that. It's not just a basic box. None of George's stuff's basic, but when you look at what he's putting out with this versus his usual stuff, it makes them look basic. So because he's got to charge so much more, because his upfront cost to create this stuff is so much higher, he invested more into what you're going to get for your money, because they are going to be numbered. It is an exclusive line that is etched. The numbering's etched. You'll have number 1 of, 2 of, 3 of, 35 of, 120 of, and so on. You get the idea. Yeah. So that's about the extent of what I can share. It's special. It really is. You guys will see. How sampling is going to work, I don't know. I'll know more as he tells me more. I've thrown that out there just out of curiosity. I don't know if there's going to be sampling because it's going to be so limited. We'll see. Yeah, for sure. Indeed. Man, that's a masterpiece to me. That's my favorite rose fragrance. I love me some rose. Glad to have you here, Jonathan. I hope everything's been getting better for you, my man. So we smelled all 3 in hour 15, and we got started a little bit later. We lost some people already. We're down to 106. No big deal. Appreciate all of you that are still hanging out here in the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about specifically? We got a little bit more time. Let me grab this out. I pushed that in way too damn far because I am tossing the boxes, but I want to save that little travel cap for the Nasamatto fragrance. But I am getting rid of the box. Throwing those away right now. So anybody just getting here by chance, just scroll back. We covered all 3 fragrances. Let's see. Don't have any Zaharoff, but with this Privé, you guys talking about be a good entry point? No. None of them have a clue. I don't know if Josh has ever smelled it. There's a possibility Josh has smelled it, but I know Joey has, but nobody else in this chat has. So outside of what I've told you, that's kind of the extent of what can be shared. But no, that is not a good entry point. It is much more expensive than all the rest of the fragrances sold by Zaharoff. It is going to be much more expensive. I think a good entry point for, to dip your toe would be something like Royale X or the original Signature Pour Homme. If you go with Signature Pour Homme, you can understand the DNA from which all the flankers are all the fragrances are flankered from that base DNA. It's very old world masculine barbershop elements because there's so much lavender at the top, but it's a deep fragrance. It's got natural iris, good cypress to it. It's got myrrh resin. It's got Chinese oud that's more of a dry, warm wood oud. It's not really a funky oud. Creamy Australian sandalwood. Like, there's a lot of elements to this fragrance. So it was a good DNA to flanker and do different things with. That's where we got this entire collection of currently 15 fragrances, counting all the Royales, Royale, Royale X, and Royale Triple X. Noir and Royale were the first two flankers, and they've been used as bases for some of the flankers, especially Noir. Noir is the base for Rosé, Black Rose, some of these other ones. Citrine was based off of Noir. That's where the incense, all the incense dominant ones are based off of Noir or Signature Pour Homme because they're incense dominant. But I would say something like Royale X or Signature Pour Homme, unless you want a fun freshie. If you want something tropical, Coco Loco. You can't go wrong if you want a vacation fragrance. And then something versatile. But I don't know how you feel about mint and aquatics and stuff, because the Seraphims might be a good entry point for you because they are very mass appealing. So there's a few options. It just depends on your taste, really. No, sir. No, sir, I don't. I'll say that makes sense why they don't have the notes then. So Fragrantica was just doing an offshoot guess, basically. Is it hitting my household? I prefer the blue so far, but wife absolutely loves the red, so that holds weight. 4-time wave. Oh, Snap Fragrance Attorney's in here. What's going on, my man? How are you? Good to see you, Mike. It's been a while. It's been a while. I know we got Lamar Noir coming. That's exciting. I haven't seen any notes. I saw the post with the cap pouring that gray on it or whatever, that gray paint or whatever they were doing in the picture. Can't wait to check that out. Lamar Caviar wasn't a disappointment. It's just not as good as Lamar. But Lamar's another one I hold in very high regard that got to be in the right situation. I don't think it's the best t-shirt fragrance. I'm mostly in t-shirts on a regular basis. That's why I wear a lot of like signature scent, mass appealing stuff most of the time, unless I have something to do. That's a beautiful fragrance. Great choice. You mean Pour Homme Extreme? And no, it's basically Middle Eastern signature Pour Homme. It's very heavy on the oud and resins, super oriental and oud, like a lot of oud. So that'll be coming. I'll let you guys know. That and the Privé are the next two. So the first of the Privés, because the Privé's got its own. Privé's a line. Vesalius is his own line. But Signature Pour Homme Extreme, he's had that for a couple of years too. It's just a timing thing. No, sir. No, I cannot. I would have if I could have. No, sir. Just know that it's not $195, which is the regular retail for the 4-ounce bottles currently. It's more than that. That's how I feel, Rick. That's why I was like, well, people are that's why I mentioned it in the review right away. It's like, I know what y'all are going to ask. Do I like it more than Seraphim Blue? No. Seraphim Blue is literally my favorite fragrance right now. Until further notice, until I get tired of wearing it at least once a week, it's my favorite fragrance I own. I keep going back to it. It speaks to me so well. It's my taste in a bottle, basically. It's aquatic, it's minty green, it's iris, it's all the things I love, minus incense. That's the only thing missing. That's like my absolute favorite stuff in fragrance is wrapped up in one. I fucking love that fragrance. It's amazing. So red's great. I just like blue better. But I figured a lot of people would like red more than blue that don't have the exact same taste as me. Like, I was super happy to hear all the things you had to say about it being a 10, and you could see that being my third fragrance if I would have had a third fragrance. I agree with all of it. I've agreed with everything you had to say about it. Yep. When I was watching it, I was nodding. Yep, you got it, Rick. Fucking great, Rick. So you nailed that shit. You were spot on. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Jacques Fat Bel Ambre. Really good. I think it's superior to Manhattan as long as you're not in high humidity. If you're in high humidity, probably stick to Manhattan because it is a little bit fresher. But it's, like I stated earlier, it's like the Privé, like a refined take. That rock rose does make a difference. You know. Good to see you, sir. People are going to love it. If you like oud, you're going to love it. It's oud dominant signature pour-on. It is literally that with a rebalancing of the formula. It is that formula reworked. No notes changed. The amount of certain oils changed. It was rebalanced. Good to see you. I don't have a next fragrance. So I'm almost out of business over pleasure and the backup of eating Mystique. Damn, you wear the hell out of those. Huh? I sure appreciate the love. Glad you're enjoying them. That's what I like to hear. It hurts my heart a little bit when I see bottles go up for swaps. It's like, oh, you're not enjoying it. Now, when I see a little bit of a dent missing, it's like, they spent time with it for a while first, at least. I get it. They want to mix it up, try new stuff. Not everybody just buys a bunch of shit like I do. I get it. Sometimes better to swap stuff around. Part of the fun. I understand. But yeah, nothing in the works currently. No third round currently in the works. Never say never, but currently not. Disagree. Does the same job, but I don't think they smell the same. That's the order in which I would put those three. Seraphim Blue, Citrine, Seraphim Red, because my top 6 of my top 10 Zaharoff is Seraphim Blue, then Rosé, Black Rose, Tabac, Citrine, which is the second of those, and then literally right after it at 6, Seraphim Red. That's the way you graded those is the order I put those 3. Seraphim Blue, then Citrine, then Red. I agree completely. Man, have you smelled it before? I hope so, because, man, you're in for a treat. God, that's such a good fragrance. I wore it 2 days ago, something like that. Well, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's not a limited edition thing, so don't feel like you got to rush and scoop it up unless you just know you're going to burn through it quick, you know? It's the apple that gets me hooked. It adds so much bite in the top. Like, it's got this, the crispness of apple is so present in that opening, I find. I don't necessarily get a bunch of fruity apple. You might get more of the actual apple smell than I do, but the crisp nature of biting into an apple, I get from it. And I love it. Good to see you, MG. Oolong Cha, damn good option. Yeah, smell like an alcoholic with that one. First impression. Then if that's the way you feel, don't get Hawass Black. That's what I'll tell you here. Black Rose is incoming. I'll start. See, Rosé I can wear in the summer. I wore Rosé last week. I wear Rosé year round. Black Rose, a little too heavy and resinous and spicy and darker for me to wear in the summer. That's going to be back in the rotation when fall hits, my man. Is that good for the fall? Fuck. It is so good for the fall. No, it's very much not. I thought it would be. Not really. Like if you have Absolute Ventus or any clones that smell like it, or the Armagh fragrance that smells like it, not super redundant to those. A little bit, but not much. Might grab just for the performance. Yeah, it's crazy strong. That's one thing it's really got working in its favor. It's super strong. And it's smooth. It's not sharp and chemical smelling like the other ones, which I do prefer Hawass Ice, though. I forgot to mention, like, if I had to pick one Hawass, it's still Ice. I still like Ice more. I'm going to wear this again this week, though. I do like it. It is really good. Just crazy redundant. You probably almost, I would guarantee 99% of you in this chat have something that smells very close to this. Not identical, but very close. I wish it had been Hawaii. If they'd have mixed Hawass with this exact DNA, I'd have been one happy camper. I wanted it to be a Hawass flanker, not in a Hawass bottle. Bottle looks great. Atomizer's crazy. EDP my ass. The oil concentration is bonkers on this. I mean, it's crazy. You look like you just rub freaking vegetable oil on your skin when you spray this shit. Eau de parfum my ass. Eau de parfum goes all the way to 24%. That looks higher than 24%. It looks like 35, 40% to me. Just saying. But I wanted some Hawass DNA. They didn't give me any. They didn't give me any. I know. Still, I'm shocked too. How many more ways can they twist it? I don't have any aquatic Aventuses. That's the one thing I'm surprised that I haven't seen a bunch of. So the first time I spoke to George, he came up as a friend suggestion on Facebook. I just started making content like a week and a half. And I had already been through 2 carded samples of Signature Poem. I literally just wanted to message him, tell him how much I like the fragrance. That's all. It's like, oh shit, look, it's George Zaharoff. Let me message him. 2 days passed, and I get a message from him. I'll never forget. Welcome, hi Ross, welcome to the world of Zaharoff. That was the first thing he ever typed in a message to me. A little bit of messaging back and forth that night. A little bit about myself, a little bit about himself. And it just kind of evolved from there. Next thing you know, within a week, we're on the phone. Next thing you know, we're on the phone all the time, often. And it just kind of evolved from there. He's my best friend. I'm very protective over him, too. I'll hurt a motherfucker trying to harm that man. You know what I mean? That's my second favorite person in this world behind that lady in the room over there. Love me some George Zaharoff. That is my boy. So just evolved over the years. We've been very close friends for over 5 years. And that's not changing anytime soon. He is a unicorn. What a wonderful human being George Zaharoff is. Yeah, I agree with that statement completely. I would say get a couple of samples. Just go to the website, look at some profiles, watch some of my reviews if you want. But look at some of the profiles, see what kind of grabs you, and just buy a couple of samples. It's the best thing you could do. Well, they don't have a set. You just got to kind of grab a few of them. What's up, big dog? Amber Oud, Aqua Dubai. I have not. Like the name, though. I know you love blue. That I do. That I do. All the free ones we had to give away, we gave away. You should have been in that live. I'm sure you were in that live stream, and unfortunately, you didn't win anything. So, my apologies, man. My apologies. Something about. I haven't tried that one. I don't know if anybody else can weigh in. I haven't tried it. That's funny. That's funny. He's all about the details. Yes, Randy sent me a decant and wanted me, him, and Dedrick's decant swaps. I need to get a bottle. Yeah, it is. It is really damn nice. That's another on the list to buy. Just like Dolce Melodia from Sospiro. I need to get that too. I know you're joking around. You sure would. If I'd have been like, sure, send me your address, you'd have freaked the hell out, though. I don't just have bottles laying around and just send to people. It's not my company. Contrary to popular dickhead troll belief, I am not on payroll. I do not work for Zaharoff. He just happens to be my best friend, and he allows me to be involved in a lot of stuff because he trusts me. That's the God's honest truth of what it is. If you don't buy something through my affiliate link, I make $0 from Zaharoff. I get a commission if you buy something through my affiliate link, just like all my other affiliate links. Same shit. Not dieting. I'm not still shredded. I've been bulking. I'm mid 3000s range every day in calories, trying to find that balance where I am pretty steady with the water retention. I put a little bit of body fat on. That was a mental block for me trying to get past that because I didn't want to gain any body fat, but you got to eat to grow muscle. You know what I mean? If you want to build some muscle, you got to eat to grow. And It's just what it is. So I've been eating a lot more. I don't overdo the sugars and stuff. I have a look, like the wife baked some cookies earlier. I had a few chocolate chip cookies. Not the end of the world, because I still do my cardio every morning fasted. And I still am mindful. I eat pretty clean for the most part. Once in a while, I have something that I wouldn't consider clean eating. So I don't really go off the rails and shit. I'm getting there. It won't be crazy to cut when the time comes. Like, I'm still vascular. So I have a lot of my vascularity, striations in my shoulders and stuff like that. Abs are not as prevalent, but they're still visible. They're just not what they were. That's the first place it goes back, is the midsection. So, but thank you for asking. Aside from that, yeah, I'm much stronger. My joints are getting a lot healthier. Yeah, so I still have 106 days to bulk before I start cutting again. January 1st, we start cutting again to get ready for the 2 shows in April and May. So I have right under 4 months to keep bulking. So just kind of pacing myself. I was 204 this morning, fasted. So I'm looking to be between 210 and 215 when it's time to cut, which was where I was at last time we started cutting, but different frame. Muscularity and lean body tissue is much different than it was. Body mass index is totally different from what it was when I started cutting last time. February 1st, I started cutting, but from last time to now at a similar weight, very different physique. So new base. That was the goal. See what I can do with the new base. And that's where we're going. What I put on stage next year is going to embarrass what was on stage this year. That's the goal. I did not see a Joy Amin video. Shout out to Joy, though. I like Joy. Omas is a nice guy, though. That's the funny thing. Oh, every morning for the most part. No, some mornings I've been doing my Kodiak Power Pancakes with my fake syrup, sugar-free maple syrup. But most of the time it's 140 grams of 96% lean beef, 3 whole eggs. Then I do 70 grams of oats and 100 grams of blueberries. That's my standard breakfast every day with a Diet Dr. Pepper. But I do fasted cardio before that. And I have some, I have a liter of water with some Crystal Light in it for some flavor. Because I can have the sweeteners, I'm not cutting. I'm mindful of my sugars. But I have a super healthy first meal every day. I don't have a second. If I do have something else before I go work out, because if my editing's running long, I'll have a couple scoops of Reese's peanut butter, because believe it or not, it's the same ingredients and same macros as Jif Natural. So I prefer the taste of the Reese's peanut butter. I'll have a couple heaping tablespoons of Reese's peanut butter as kind of my pre-workout. More fats than carbs, fats and protein, but good fats. A lot of fats, but good fats. And it's not often. I haven't had any peanut butter in like 5 days. I'm out and I haven't bought any more. I try not to overdo it because I'll gorge in the shit. If I got 3 or 4 jars, I'll go through it in a week. Whereas if I just buy 2, go through 2 in a couple of days, and I lay off for 4 or 5 days, just kind of so I'm not doing it all the time. Because even though it's good fats, too much of anything is not good. I have not yet. Hey man, ad revenue pays, abdominal fat first to grow, last to go. Indeed, that is a factual statement. No, just based on, I've kind of evolved what I do based on the education I gained with my coach. Because there's some things I wasn't doing properly prior, and it's just, altered the way I train. I'm at the gym longer and I do less volume than I used to, and I train much more intensely. And I focus a lot more on time under tension than I ever did before. Not that I wasn't aware of time under tension, I just not to the level of what I do now. Any of you that follow me on Instagram, you see how soaking wet my shirts are every day. Sometimes that's like 2 exercises in. I train with that level of intensity. I sweat my ass off. So I was soaking ass wet again today. But I train really hard. I train really hard. So, and that's the way to do it. That's the point. Tear the muscle fibers and rebuild them. That's good stuff, man. A couple hundred. I haven't counted them. A few hundred. Who dat? Hell yeah. Pegasus, I don't really wear that much, but it's really good. It's not that it's because I don't wear it that much, because I say that about a ton of fragrances. I would say if you like this lactonic, metallic, creamy, milky, floral smell, powdery, you know, it's different. It's a unique fragrance. Nothing smells like Pegasus, but stuff that smells like Pegasus, basically. It's different. Good compliment getter. I'd rather have the one fragrance. If I got to give up variety on something, it ain't gonna be sneakers. I could fall in love with a fragrance over and over every day. I'll get tired of wearing the same pair of shoes every day. Not so much lately. It's because the sauna I have access to is small and always packed. So I don't want to bother. When I was in Colorado Springs, we had a big ass sauna. I used to go in the sauna all the time then. Now it's it's always packed. And it fits like 5 fucking people. I ain't trying to go shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of dudes that don't even look like they go to the gym. It's weird. Sauna's not your exercise regimen, sir. Go hit the weights, please. What are you doing in here? The weights are out there, sir. Like, I want to say that some of them do. They just go in there to like hang out in the sauna. We don't have a pool. Ain't swimming and shit. It's not a health club. It's a fucking gym. So that's usually who's in the sauna. There ain't a bunch of fit dudes in the sauna. It's a bunch of dudes that I guess need to get on the path, you know? So it's always shoulder to shoulder in that bitch. So I don't bother. I don't waste my time. I'd love to. Once in a while I get to, but I ain't often. Well, that team's in shambles, I think would be a good way to put it. I've addressed that once. I will not continue to do so. I did mention that one time. He just happened to not be in there. Lots of respect for Robes as the original. I won't keep addressing it. The thing that I did say was at least he mentioned that I was the most believable. I in no way flip-flopped. That was a false statement. And I thought it was funny that he made fun of my bracelets and that I go to the gym. I had a good laugh. Not going to keep addressing it. Moving forward, I will not even pin comments. It's just because you're a good dude and you weren't here. I wouldn't dare do that to you. You're overly generous with the super chat, so I owe you that respect to you to acknowledge you asking. But yeah, I'm not going to. More power to him if that's the kind of videos he wants to do. Hey, it revived his channel. I'm happy for him. Like I said, I got respect for the man. He is the one that started this. So, you know, no ill will on my end, but I'm not going to keep addressing it. How? Who she got that Kamara was on the bench? What team she got that she could sit Alvin Kamara? Oh, hell yeah. Shout outs to both of them. Hell yeah. Y'all go check that. We about to shut it down. Go check out Pop Sense and Vince Sense. So far, I achieved the main thing I was interested in this year. I did my first show, did it in my home state. I did place first in one of the 4 classes that I did in True Novice. The other 3 classes were second place finishes. So I've knocked out a first place finish in my first show in my home state. So basically the only goals I really have focused, like as far as content, just keep doing my thing, because the next milestone, if I ever even achieve it, is many years down the road. Because on YouTube, the next milestone is a gold play button, and I don't see myself hitting 1 million subscribers potentially ever. You know, I'm not saying it can't happen. Just the probability is so low, you know, and even if I would, it's going to be years and years and years. So it's not a, you know, subscriber number goal or anything like that, or a certain level of views. Like every month I got certain things I'd like to hit. Sure. Because I'm very goal oriented, but outside, as far as content specifically, no. But fitness wise, I'm trying to get to 215, still under 15% body fat by year's end. That's the only goal that I do have, because I'm trying to be on stage in the 180s and really fucking shredded next time. Like, I know where I went wrong during the cut with a few early in the cut, and I'm going to be much leaner going in this time, and have learned a lot, and my body has been through it already, so my body will drop it quicker. So I'm going to be bigger. I'm going to have better symmetry, better development. Weak points have been addressed already. I've improved my weak points, thicker legs in the hamstrings. Back has gotten a little bit wider. Quads are definitely growing, and so on. So I'm addressing the weak points. It's mainly getting to that goal on the scale while still being under 15% body fat. So I can come in bigger, more muscular, more developed with better separation, and that much leaner, really peeled on stage. So it's fitness related on the main goals for the year. But outside of that, content, just doing my thing. Nothing's, but last year I had the goal to get to 100,000 and I achieved it in November. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Thanks for asking though. No, not really. It's consistent, descriptive, entertaining channel in the community. It's an opinion, but also fact. I appreciate that. Thanks, sir. I haven't tried it yet. I know it's out there. I haven't tried it yet. Not till probably the spring, maybe the fall will be stocking. He showed a teaser on here the other day when I had him on the live stream. The plate looks amazing. It is a thing. It is coming. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Pacheco and Barkley. Okay, that makes sense. But still, Pacheco hasn't like done anything crazy to where I would sit Alvin Kamara, because Kamara is typically a touchdown magnet. That's why I say that. Kamara is the red zone hog. He's also the bell cow. He's a pass catching back. When healthy, you got to start him. I would have started him in Barkley. I got Pacheco in all my leagues. I get it. He's my starter in my dynasty league too. But yeah, I probably would have said that's a hell of a lineup though to have Pacheco, Barkley, and Kamara. That's amazing. Never heard of that one. That's what I'm saying. It might be in the fall. It was the spring before. I don't remember what he said on the stream the other day. 44 points rack up. Yeah, for sure. Black today and couldn't help myself. So we got to the bottom. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. Check out Pop Sense and Vent Sense on their first live stream together. Shout outs to them. Subscribe to them. Some good dudes. We got one more. Hit me with it real quick, because I do 2 different variations of back every week. Today was one of them. Brees Hall, CMC, and Jonathan. Shit. What are y'all in like an 8-man league? Or a 6-team league or some shit? How y'all stacked like that at running back? So it's a Core i5. I forgot its speed rating. It's got a 4060 RTX 4060. I upgraded it to 16 gigs of DDR. Is it DDR5 or DDR6? I don't remember. Because it was coming with 8 gigs. I upgraded it to 16. I bought an extra RAM stick when I bought it. And it's got a 1 terabyte SSD. Nothing crazy. I just use it for editing, strictly for editing, or in those videos when I pull up a note breakdown on a first impression, I literally use it for that. And when I travel, I edit with it. That's 100% what I bought it for. That was why I didn't want a bottleneck. That's why the RTX 4060 was important. You as well, sir. Okay, so I'll critique this real quick. Let's see. Pull-ups, lat pull-down, bent over row, seated high row. Okay, cable pullover, barbell. That is okay. Dumbbell shrugs. I thought it was all back exercises. I was about to say that's too many exercises, man. For your back with pull-ups, that's a good stretch and warm-up. With lat pull-downs, it really comes down to your form. Are you keeping your elbows in front of you and really putting all the stretch on your lats? And when you extend out, are you really stretching the lats and letting them pop out? And then, nice and slow, squeeze into it. You want elbows in front of you, because as soon as your elbows go wide, it turns into a row. You want elbows in front of you, no matter how your hand grip is. Elbows in front of you to actually get the squeeze on your actual lats instead of your mid-back. So it depends on that. But outside of that, I mean, that's most people do start with the high stuff. Seated high row. Is it the hammer strength since it's a high row? isolateral hammer strength, because I finished with that today. Which again, stretch all the way out, good squeeze. You always want to squeeze as far back as you can. Cable pullover, those are great. Again, you want to make sure to get a really good stretch on the lats and with that particular exercise. Barbell upright row, as in upright row like this, because that's a shoulder exercise, which is a terrible shoulder exercise, by the way. You hurt yourself with that. More of a trap exercise than shoulder. Do you mean just bent over barbell rows, which is phenomenal for thickness in your back? Dumbbell shrugs for your why am I drawing a blank on traps? And calf raise machine shrugs. I was thinking seated cable row with wide grip, elbows high, almost like a face pull for the high rows. Okay, so what I would do if you don't have a dedicated machine to do high row is you can either on the cable you would do lat pull downs, lean back and do that angle for a high row. That's going to be the easiest way. Or if you want to get created on the seated cable, you're going to lean into it more. And so what you're going to do is you're going to tighten your core by doing that. You're tightening your core in your lower back. So you're keeping constant tension on that. That's just an extra way to work your core while you're doing the high row. And then same thing like I do, like on Friday when I do chest and back, instead of doing low row or bent over T-bar rows, which I alternate on Mondays, I'm going to do with the mag bar, pistol grip, neutral grip, where I lean back in the seated row. And it really works the traps and a certain portion of the upper portion of the back, because it's at the angle to where it's very much a bent over row variation. Really works the traps a lot too. So there's a lot of ways you can get creative with cables when it comes to back. When it comes to the lat pull down cable and the seated row cable, there's variations there's a ton of variations with the seated row. So it all depends. There's somebody that can weigh in. My favorite IFBB pro who just made his debut this past weekend and took 7th at the San Antonio Pro, Michael Gassaway. Good to see you, sir. I need to bring my back up too. Well, there's nothing I can teach you that you don't fucking know. You're well coached with a pro card. You just made your pro debut. Congratulations, by the way, my man. You looked great. You looked fucking fantastic. You really did. Because when I showed my wife the videos of you posing routine, she's like, how did he take 7th? And then I showed her everybody on stage. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I bet he won. This one particular, the black dude, his back was crazy. I bet he won. Let me know. I bet he won. His mid-back separation and development was insane. My God. Yeah, and you want elbows in front to target your lats on the pull down. Otherwise, you go elbows out, it's a high row. Because you're going to start working the middle of your back. And the wider you go, the more you work the middle back, which I do the mag bar wide grip sometimes to really work the middle of my back on a high row. I do that once in a while. Depends. I mix things up once in a while, but most of the time I stay pretty consistent. Nothing wrong with a little variation. Yeah, it's definitely a try. So as long as you're pulling at the elbows and not letting your biceps do all the work, you'll feel it in your back, in the targeted area of your back you're working. It's all about pulling at the elbows when it comes to back workouts. Once you start involving the bicep, you're working your bicep way more. So if you're doing isolation work, you want to eliminate that. That's going to be the main thing. That's where that whole mind-muscle connection stuff comes in. So with that said, we're down to 70 people because a lot of people don't give a shit to hear me talk about fitness and working out. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys. Mike, it was good to see you. Sorry dropping in late. But thank you guys for watching. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you guys for the super chats that gave super chats. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God willing.